What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. Thanks to Banlist fears subsiding, thanks to our little pardon list, we see the crazy prices returning here to market. Adamantipator Researcher almost immediately jumping basically $20 in price. It was $48 available. We saw that here on Market Watch not too long ago with people thinking Block Dragon's gonna get banned. That was a reasonable thought in my opinion, but we see it towards $65 available now from multiple sellers lining up, and because of the actual sales rates, the market price has returned as well. That's because for now, we have the rest of June, all of July, all of August guaranteed to be under this F&L list. But come August, you're going to have those conversations again. What do you think Konami's going to do? Are they going to hit the Block Dragon? Locals are up in the running, even if they're not officially supported by Konami. You have the Lost Art promos out there too. I've seen Foolish Burial Goods getting out, which is very nice to see. So support your locals if you can in one way or another. If you're like me, you wouldn't be really wanting to play, well, you can go get some product and make it worth your time and get those Lost Art promos from them, depending on what products they have in stock. And it's not just, you know, Adamantipator Researcher here that's going crazy. Borload Savage Dragon at $110. And I watched $95 copies disappear, $100 copies, $105 copies, and here we see that there is one from a newer seller before it's $110. This is ridiculous. I hope none of you guys use my TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly on this buy, and you've been listening to me, because this has to dodge Battles of Legends and the Megatons, and that would be a very big call for this to miss both and sell something else, considering Savage Strike is a listed set on the Megatons. The only excuse you should be having for this is that you're participating in something as big as a case tournament, because there's not big events right now, and I can't wrap my head around it, that people are actually throwing that much money with the Megatons around the corner. You can't call this an investment, and if you are playing in case tournaments with this, get rid of it immediately when they're over. That's just my take on it. Save yourself a lot of freaking money. Now, something interesting about last year's Megatons is that Dark Ruler No More is catching up to Nibiru. It's actually almost the same price with less copies on market. People are choosing to use this to break the Adamantipator boards instead of, you know, getting locked out by Kokimeru Guardian and also Apollosa. This actually takes care of a lot of the boards, and there's no protection from the Spell and Trap Zone usually shutting this down. So a lot of people choosing this one. That's something to definitely note, and if you can get your hands on Megatons, wow, the prices of sealed have gone up even more thanks to these, you know, the estimated value pulled versus the neg dimension shifter. Well, you definitely want to be going after these two and not just going minus on your 10s. Now, Stay Classy has a new field center. I know, a little plug here with code WhatsGood5 getting you 5% off, and I really freaking like it. This went up yesterday, and if you saw Toy Vendor, that sold out in a single day, and a ton of you have been asking me about this one. They should be doing an unlimited wave soon, and I pressed the owner to make it a little bigger. Usually he does 100. I've been asked about this more than anybody. And John, do the noise. These are made out of steel. It's awesome. Like they are quality. I'm not scared to do that with these, and they look freaking nice. So if you're interested, you can get yourself 5% off, help the channel, and shipping is relatively cheap to your front door when it comes to these amazing looking field centers by Stay Classy. The Spellbook Engine is up here, and it's been going up for a while, but it's out of quantities on a lot of things. Look, here goes the ultra rare Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. The Battles of Legend one's been disappearing, and there's one unlim before there, and the first edition's towards 10 now. People are eyeing this engine. I'm not specifically sure why. It's a great generic engine in terms of draw power, and especially with working with spellcasters, we're seeing ultra rares of this slowly go off the market above market price. Let me know if you think you have the reason for this, and actually this becoming worth more than Spellbook Knowledge. There could be past formats to do with it, but I don't think that's quite it since it's all versions. Let me know if you know. And down to 40 copies of the Battles of Legends version of Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. A lot of these are disappearing. Now, this is a weird buyout to me, and I give a shake of the finger towards it. Chaos Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End out of IOC, even the Unlimiteds, are towards 65, almost double the price of the market price, but you know, damaged ones sell, so it's going to be a little lower. This is weird to me because you can still get these out of the game boards. While IOC is one of the biggest sets of all time, the sealed product's worth a good amount, those unlimited packs have been recycling into circulation from those 2017, 18, whatever you want to call it, printings out of the legendary game boards, so much so that they're even in the mystery power boxes and you see a ton of these pulled. So it's a weird buyout for someone to have gone after. What do you guys think of this? Do you think because it's such a heralded card in Yu-Gi-Oh! History that it does deserve a price point with that, even with the new copies in circulation? Or do you think this one is going to fall back down a bit on its face? Mystical Space Typhoon Ghost Rare is ironically worth right now, due to a buyout, about the same as the Hobby League. So we see the Ghost Rare starting to look even more scrumptious as other ones get targeted, but this is up versus recent history. This was available for 20 not too long ago, and now it's towards 28. I do think this is a really good card to have a lot of, though. It just cycles back in to being played like where it was with Sky Strikers, even with power creep throughout Yu-Gi-Oh! History. It's a good card to own, especially the Ghost Rare, with how many different rarities MST has. I like this as a card. We look at Eternity Code and things are shaking up a bit with so many Starlights getting put on market that the prices are starting to go down somewhat rapidly and become available. I wonder when the cycling buyouts will be for the set, as almost every single Starlight is palatable in terms of collectability, even the Dragon Maid. I hate to say that, but seriously, every single one of these has a bit of collectability to it and even playability, so I like what I see in terms of how this set's shaped up. I wonder how they will settle out, because not all of them can be absurd money versus all these cases being opened. Access Code Talker is sticking to its price point while almost everything else is slowly falling back down. We saw this at 37 towards 35. We saw this go back to 28 towards 25. We saw this at 21 down towards 18. So the competition is ramping up. This is almost towards the $12 that I called. Don't defy me this time. Oh man, Dragon Maids have this history of being just spiking in price and being absurd. I think we'll see this towards $12 like I called within the first couple weeks. Come on! But anyways, my Market Watch enemies aside, in terms of cards, everything else seems to be chilling out in price for now, for the most part, except Fusion Deployment's up. People really chasing after this one. Interesting. More so than Crocodragon. Not what I would have thought, but this is a very interesting card to have. And the Dolce Salon all the way down to $2. So it's definitely time to start buying if you haven't already with Eternity Code. Of course, you can use that TCG player link to shop supporting the channel. I appreciate it when you do. It's actually from you guys using that, because ad rev's so bad right now, about matching my ad rev. So I really appreciate it during these times with YouTube being wonky. Dual Overload has rebounded big. Remember, not too long ago, it was like 26, 21, and this is still towards 20. I think this is a great buy with the Megatons coming. But looking at these, they are rebounding somewhat significantly, especially how key Fibrax is, many people want me to say. I'm just going to say Hollow Fibrax or Needle Fiber. This card is towards 28, and the rest of the set is actually improving a little bit here and there. Levy in there almost towards 6. We see Selene rebounding a bit. Auroradon heading towards 4 again, like almost the entire set rebounding after the FNL list too. So despite not much happening, the fears going away, people are reinvesting in the cards. Also, a little penny stonk today before I get into general product discussion. Ling Karibo here. Let me take a drink of water. I like this card. Especially with Parallel Exceed, you would usually want to make a rank 4 with Exceed, but sometimes you have a leftover Cyberspace, especially in Salmon Great, and you have the Code Talker deck coming. I think this is a great penny stonk. It's an Ignition Assault, so unlikely to get reprinted at least until next March set, if not towards battles / next year's 10s. I like this card, and I think it will see play in the metagame. And also, if you have an Avermax to magnet your opponent towards you, like, this gets extra protection in that sense. And I like this card. I like this card a lot. It stops evenly matched and other degenerate things that your opponent could be using against you. So for just around $3 or less, it's a pretty good pickup in my book. This was really hyped coming out in the set. People thought it would be 10 or 12. this is a good place to pick it up. Now, YBM has the cheapest on market that I've seen. Single boxes shipped to your front door. You just buy 2 of these. That's $24 of the Dragon and Legend complete series right now, and their full cases are very, very affordable, especially with knowing that this isn't available on the distro level anymore, at least like from direct, from what I'm understanding. So I think that they're trying to sell this out. I don't necessarily like the product all that much because we don't know what's in here. The complete series, that would be a lot of freaking cards to be chasing after. Toon Kingdom and, you know, the Dragon Master Knight and all that. They have our original art on the front, so I'm guessing they'll... Oh wait, that's not the original, that's the new art. Derping a little. That's the new art, and they are trying to sell it. I'm wondering if they'll include the original art in here, but definitely we don't know enough about this product yet, so the sale is tempting what they have going, especially versus the Legendary Duelist Season 1 cases. We know a ton of tunes have been shoved in here. Wonder what else is going to be in here that's surprising. But 2 chances for Toon Kingdom reprints on the horizon for Konami to help push these products, mayhaps why it was missing from Toon Chaos. And finally, Tier 0, using code What'sGood5, which you can also use over on YBM, has the cheapest cases of Battles of Legends shipped to your front door right now. Very competitive of them. They don't have any pre-sales yet, of course, because we don't know the set contents, and they're still looking at Toon Chaos. So the general product discussion leads through several products here. Toon Chaos is apparently shorted very bad in EU. Like, Tier 0 is not going to get their allocation that they actually ordered, like towards 20%, so they're scrambling for more of it, and I heard from other vendors they're under similar problems in the EU. No word from the USA on that. I'm pretty sure everyone's going to get fulfilled in the US, but EU's having trouble fulfilling Toon Chaos, so that is something to consider. And I'm also seeing early somebody opened a full case and only got 3 collector's rares, so those are going to be pretty hard to get, kind of towards ghost rare pull ratios if I recall. So man, it is weird. Toon Chaos is a weird set, and YBM has sold out now. A lot of you guys listen to me. It's something that I think keeping sealed long term will be pretty good, but Konami could rewave that at any point too. You always have that risk. What do you guys think of sealed product this year? It's been pretty insane. And what do you think of what's happening on the market? Meta stuff re-exploding after the F&L list, collector stuff going as well. It seems like business as usual despite only 3 cards on this Forbidden and Limited list changing.